Dumating din ang flip phone na inaabang-abangan ko kay Samsung. And yes, this is the all-new Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 8. Nung first time na nahawakan ko to during the Samsung event, I would say na not bad do. Pero nung nahawakan ko na siya dito actual, na dito sa aking studio, I would say, this is the Flip done right. This should have been the Flip ng Samsung couple of years ago. Kahit sabihin natin mga Z Flip 3, 4, 5, ganun, no? Ganito na kanipis. Bakit ngayon ka lang? So alamin natin what are the good stuff dito sa Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 8 after this quick intro. Now, nahiram ko tong flip phone na ito, and technically, wala akong nahiram na box. And inside the box, definitely you get a cable like this, and a SIM ejector pin like this, and yun lang, wala na. Saka isang maliit na manual lang. So basically, ganun lang yung unboxing ng lahat ng Samsung Galaxy na phone. Walang case, walang charger. So pagdating sa charger, one of my recommendation is from Ugreen. You can grab this though. There's a lot of different kinds ng Ugreen charger. Pero this is definitely one of my favorite. 100 watts na siya, tapos may 5 ports pa siya, so you can charge many devices at the same time, and it can perfectly charge your Galaxy Z Flip 8. For more info, nandiyan lang sa description box. Now, itong si Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 8, meron siyang dalawang variant na nilabas here in the Philippines. Ang ganang 12 gigs of RAM and 256 GB of storage, currently naka-price siya ng 77,990 pesos. And ang ganang 12 gigs of RAM and a 512 gigs of storage would be priced at 91,990 pesos. For more details, I'll pop everything on the description box below, or just simply click yung YouTube shopping link natin para makuha mo at a discounted price. I'm pretty sure mga links natin meron yung mga pa-voucher just for you. So don't forget to click it. Now, pagdating sa protection, itong phone na ito is definitely super duper protected. I like yung kanyang pagka-pink and here are the other colors na pwede na pagpilian. Now, one thing that I like dito sa kanya yung likod niya is matte finish. So, definitely wala siyang fingerprint. And this is a Corning Gorilla Glass Victus 2. Victus 2 din ang kanya. And we have a side aluminum frames and a plastic inner screen. Magaan lang naman itong phone na ito, weighing at just around 180 grams. And this is IP48 dust and water resistant. Medyo mababa lang kanyang IP rating, so kunting ingat lang. Now, one thing na napansin ko nung dumating sa akin to ng bago, no, halos wala siyang crease. Pero nung the moment that I open, close, open, close, open, close for around mga 10 to 20 times, ayun, lumabas na yung kanyang crease. So, I wouldn't say na it's creaseless kasi dapat pag sinabi mong creaseless, kahit ilang mukas sara natin dito sa phone na ito, dapat halos wala akong mapapansin na crease. Pero right now, halos may masasalat ka dito na crease after opening, closing for a few hundred times na siguro kasi halos 2 weeks na sa akin din ditong phone na ito. Now, one thing to notice, yung kanang hinge dito is nakaumbok. So, definitely pag nilapag mo sa table ng ganon, medyo gagalaw-galaw siya kasi parang meron dalawang half circle nandito na nakaumbok. And this is not present nung Z Flip 6. But kung nasabi kasi brother ko is using a Z Flip 6, by the way. Now, itong phone na ito is already 5G ready and it supports eSIM. Now, for the full complete specs, itong Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 8, ito na. Now, one thing to notice itong phone na ito is currently running One UI 9.0 inside Android version 17. Now, probably if you watch one of my videos kay Gadget Sidekick Beyond Reviews, the one that I'm talking about the Google I.O., everything about the Android 17, most likely slowly i-roll out nila lahat mga good features dito on a Samsung phone. So, since this is already Android 17 out of the box, you should be getting 7 major Android updates. So, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Uy, updated ka up to Android 24. Baka nga binenta mo na itong phone na ito, may updates pa siya. Ayos. Now, in terms of everyday usage ng phone na ito, I would say super responsive naman siya sa akin. Every single touch, every single swipe, very, very responsive naman siya. And you can also do some of your stuff dito on the outside screen. There are some people na tamad na mag-flip open. So you can access Facebook, you can open YouTube here, and you can check your email on the outside screen. Just some of the useful function. Kay GCash pwede. Na pagdating naman sa mga social media apps, maning-mani na lang sa kanya dito. Mabilis naman mag-respond. If you're trying to edit some videos dito, okay din naman ang CapCut. Very responsive. Doing some AI chat with Claude, ChatGPT, I think not a problem. And ang kanyang processor is being powered by the Exynos na 2600, which is a 2nm chip na gawa ni Samsung. This is for the rest of the world, yan ang chipset na ginagamit nila. Pero pag sa US, Canada, and China, ang gamit nila is the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5. Nakakaingit. Though not bad naman ng score for a flip phone, 2.33 million points, and I would say na probably you're not going to play much games on this. Won't you? For all of the other benchmark na ginawa natin, share ko sa inyo. Now, pagdating sa battery, hindi yan strength ng isang Samsung phone. But nevertheless, silicon carbon technology na ang ginagamit nila dito on this phone. Surprisingly. Though the battery is not big, 4,300 mAh, pero I would say na it's pretty impressive na yung ganito kanipis na ang kanyang phone. Probably if they bump it out to 5,000 to 6,000 na battery, medyo mas maging chunky na siya. Well, of course, that's a trade-off. 25 watts ang kanyang wired charging, 15 watts ang kanyang wireless charging, and 4.5 watts ang kanyang reverse wireless charging capability on this phone. Now, you can charge tong phone na ito for 30 minutes and you'll get roughly 55% full tank dito sa kanya. More or less to complete a full charging cycle on this phone, roughly kulang-kulang isang oras, I would say. I was hoping that it's already a 45 watts, so, pero for 2026 and still using a 25 watts, it's slow para sa akin. Now, I did try to use this phone for 2 weeks, and surprisingly naman, I would say na kaya naman na mag-hold up to 1 whole day without charging. Despite malit ang kanyang battery, pero it seems to me na battery efficient naman siya. Doing all of my daily tasks and most of them, naka-social media, watching videos and doing some quick calls, it was able to survive a whole day. Napag tinansik ko naman to sa PCMark battery stress test, binigyan ako ng 15.5 hours na screen on time. Now, pag-usapan natin yung kanyang display. Pag naka-unfolded, this one has a 6.9-inch foldable dynamic LTPO na AMOLED display. 120Hz screen refresh rate, 2,600 nits ang kanyang maximum brightness, and HDR10+ support. Honestly, maganda ang kanyang display, and honestly, I'm happy with yung kanyang display dito sa loob. I wouldn't say naman na nag-compromise naman siya dahil sa plastic, pero one thing na napansin ko sa kanya is masyado siyang glary pag natatapat sa ilaw. No? Siguro that's probably one thing na napansin ko dito sa kanya. Kailangan ko umiwas masyado sa mga bright halogen bulbs or bright fluorescent lights para hindi ko mapansin lang yung mga glares dito on the screen. Well, of course, when I'm working. I did try to swipe across mga reels, shorts, mabilis naman siya mag-load. Basta you have a good internet connection. Kung nanood ka naman ng full video dito, like sa YouTube, Netflix, wideband level 1 naman to phone nito, so you should be getting HD content quality if you're watching your favorite shows. Dito naman sa labas, it's a Super AMOLED display na 4.1-incher and 120Hz yung kanyang screen refresh rate, 2,600 nits yung kanyang maximum brightness, and it's being protected by the Corning Gorilla Glass Victus 2. Now, one thing that I like dito sa kanya is, well, very accessible. Mga few apps dito, and of course, you get yung mga notification dito outside the screen. You have some cool widgets na pwedeng gamitin. And basically, some of the apps dito sa labas are very useful naman. Like, ayaw mo nang buksan yung phone mo and just want to check some notification dito sa labas, sa messenger mo, pwede mo siyang gawin. And it also acts as a front-facing camera using the rear camera, which is for me, yun ang goods para sa akin. Lahat ng phone na ito has stereo speakers. So, I wanna try kung gaano kalakas ang kanyang stereo speaker dito, no? I have one loud-firing speaker dito and the other one is definitely coming dito sa kanyang earpiece. Let's see. Now, one thing na napansin ko dito sa phone nito, kanyang loudspeaker is just average. I would say medyo nahihinaan ako sa kanyang loudspeaker kahit nakasagad to full maximum volume na bitin pa rin. Now, pag-usapan lang natin quickly about gaming, no? So, I did try to play at least 2 games dito on this flip phone. Call of Duty Mobile and si PUBG. Now, sa CODM, umabot tayo ng 60 FPS while playing this game. I would say na pretty smooth naman ang experience ko dito despite na plastic yung kanyang inner screen. Okay naman, hindi naman siya yung pigil sa akin daliri. That's one thing na very important sa akin lalo if I'm playing mga shooting games, no? Ayaw ko yung napipigil yung daliri ko when I'm navigating or turning left and right or shooting, no? And one thing din na napansin ko sa kanya is medyo bitin din ang kanyang sound. So definitely you have to put on your favorite TWS just to be able to compensate yung sounds niya kasi medyo nahihinaan ako sa kanya personally. Pero overall naman yung kanyang gameplay is good. Wala naman napansin na frame drops as far as I'm concerned. And wala rin naman ako na-feel na lags kasi maganda naman siguro aking internet connection. So overall gameplay was, I would say, solid naman. And umabot tayo ng 40 degrees Celsius after an hour of gameplay. Pagdating sa PUBG, umabot tayo ng 120 FPS on this game. Surprisingly ha, si CODM hindi umabot. Now like I said, maganda naman kanyang touch response dito sa screen. Wala akong naging problema all throughout the game. And yung kanyang sounds talaga, you really need to either put on your favorite TWS or just port it to a Bluetooth speaker na loudspeaker para medyo mas mag-enjoy ka lang doon sa kanyang gameplay. Kasi I would say sound plays an important role lalo pa naglalaro ka ng mga games. Overall gameplay, I would say halos wala akong napansin din na frame drops on this game and smooth naman ang aking gameplay dito. Umabot ako ng 42 degrees Celsius after an hour of gameplay. Now guys, pag-usapan natin ang kanyang camera. Meron siyang 50MP na main camera sensor with OIS and meron din siya 12MP na ultra-wide lens that can give you a 123 degrees na field of view. Kaya na mag-shoot up to 4K and 60. And ang kanyang front-facing camera is 10MP which also can shoot you up to 4K and 60 FPS. Now, one thing that I like dito sa kanyang flip phone is that maganda mag-take ng mga outdoor photos. So I did try to gather some greens dito and maganda. Very sharp ang mga photos. I have no problem. Wala akong complaints. And kahit yung mga flowers dito on outdoor look pretty nice and impressive. Kahit itong mga ugat na ito, no, pag zoom in mo, very, very detailed pa rin siya. Now, once you go indoor trying to take some product photography, maganda rin. As long as may matino kang ilaw, kahit low light, no. Pero overall, I would say na solid talaga ang camera nitong flip phone na ito. And nung nagtitake tayo ng mga food photography, honestly, I feel it's really great, no? Low light to, konting halogen light lang. This is probably one of the best photo na na-capture ko. And the others are, okay, solid naman. Yung mga foods na na-capture natin, I'd say impressive. And most of them looks pretty yummy naman. Some other shots din, I would say na really impressive itong camera ni Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 8. Now, if you're checking naman yung kanyang mga front-facing shot, I would say pretty solid. No? Wala akong masabi, kahit yung inside camera ang gamit natin, pretty nice, pretty good, pretty solid naman mga na-capture natin. Eh kahit sa indoors, though, I would say pretty good din mga photos na na-capture natin. What more kung ginamit mo kanya rear camera as yung kanya front-facing camera. Now, here's a video captured from the inside front-facing camera. 4K and 60 ang kanyang recording ng kanyang front-facing camera from the inside. Well, actually, pwede mo rin gamitin ka ng rear camera as its front-facing camera in case you want to do for vlogging. So, tingin niyo sa quality. And here's a video from the rear camera. Performance ng Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 8 and 4K and 60 ang kanyang recording. Pretty stable ang kanyang camera, hindi siya matagtag. And just the way I like it. Now guys, ano masasabi ko dito sa Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 8? Honestly, I love this phone. Sobrang easy i-carry, ilagay sa aking sling bag, sa backpack, sa loob ng aking pocket, sa rear pocket. Walang problema to phone na ito. And honestly, I would say na parang gumanda yung kanyang hinge compared sa version 7 o Z Flip 7. Pero yung siguro one thing that a bit lets me down is akala ko, finally, creaseless na siya. Pero nung after opening, closing for several times, lumabas yung kanyang crease, which is doon ako medyo na-disappoint ng konti dito sa phone na ito. But overall, yung functionality nito, phone nito is good, solid. Wala akong masabi na talagang, I would say na I can rank it as one of my top 3 flip phones for 2026. Now, are you looking forward to buy itong flip phone na ito ni Samsung? Let me know in the comments, and of course, kung gusto niyo malaman kung saan niyo pwede mabili ito, I'll pop the link on the description or nandyan lang sa YouTube shopping link natin para maka-vouchers pa kayo coming from me to you. Now, of course, siyempre, in-invite ko kayo to like, subscribe dito sa aking channel so you don't miss out yung mga reviews just like this one, Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 8. And hanggang dito muna ako, guys. I'll see you when you see me. Peace out. And so, ako para si Richmond, and you're watching Gadget Sidekick. Like and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. For one of my latest uploads, click the dito. And for one of my popular uploads, click here.